Two old people on the couch here. I'd like to welcome you and thank you for viewing the video.
Make America great again, from sea to shining sea. It's a land of the free, my friends, the one for you and me. Let's go!
It is Midweek Wednesday, and I am Debbie, and you are Mark.
Did you see what it did? It
No.
faded today. We
No.
have fades set in
Oh.
from scene to scene.
Okay.
We downloaded the new version,
Mhm.
and you see here it is. So I
Oh,
was
it's
like,
fading.
did it
Mhm.
fade? I was like, that's pretty fancy
Mhm.
there, you know.
Yeah, it's really fancy.
But it's not fast.
No, it's not.
All right.
All right, so what do you got going on
Well,
today?
Real fast. I just want to say, hey, Tim with RidgeLife,
Mm-hmm.
he's been putting out some good stuff here lately.
Mhm.
You know, he's got a whole family, wholesome homestead. He does it all. I
Mhm.
mean, what
He
does
does.
he not do?
He
He
does it all.
bees, hunts. He can process his own meat.
Mm-hmm.
Guy's just incredible, right?
Mhm.
But he also, on his time, finds out to put a whale of a good church segment together.
Yes.
I don't know.
Bible
What's
study.
it called? Bible
Bible
study.
study.
Well, if you want to call it, I call it a service. 'Cause he does that good of a job, right?
Okay.
So I've been watching him and really enjoying his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to get to the one that he did.
Sunday.
No.
No.
Wednesday.
Oh.
RidgeLife Lessons.
Oh,
It's his
okay.
other channel. RidgeLife Lessons.
Lesson. Oh,
Now, it's
okay.
a good one, and it's stuff that I've been really researching. He says, are we near the end times or something
Yes,
like that?
uh-huh.
And I find that all fascinating
You do.
because nobody knows what.
No.
But the more research you do, it's incredible. And you got to look for what?
The signs.
The signs. You got to know what's going on in the whole world. And boy, there's a lot going
Karen
on.
said, "Very good, Debbie."
It's science. And so there, you got to look
Mhm.
at what's going on
Yes.
to study what's going on. You know,
Uh-huh.
you can't
Absolutely.
just go through life. Well, you can,
Mhm.
and it's better off that way.
Yeah.
Probably is not to be a bliss of
Mhm.
all this stuff, right?
Mhm.
But you know, the more I'm looking into it, the more. Oh, you know, it's just the world has been no more. You know, messages can get out to the whole world.
Yes.
No, like no other time and stuff like that.
Mhm.
It's just, and the technology is getting freaky as all get
Mhm.
out. So, you know, what I'm saying is I can't wait to watch that one. So
Okay.
I'll watch that one, and I
Sounds good.
still desperately want to get him on
Yes.
as a guest
I'm going to go.
on Grumpy Grandpa Pig
Mhm.
because I haven't done anything for like 3 weeks now.
No.
Because,
You're
you know,
lazy.
it's just the way it is. People
Mhm.
got sick, and
Mhm.
people are scared of me probably too.
Probably so.
Well, RidgeLife, Tim even said, you know,
He
when I
was.
first met you, I was
He's
scared of you. I
I
don't know why.
I don't know why.
I will ask him that question
Yeah.
when we go, if we have a show together. No pressure, Tim.
No pressure. No pressure.
None whatsoever. But, so, I'm getting, you know, I've been
Mhm.
doing a lot of research, obviously, right? But it's just funny. The more you go down and you find out more about you know, I know about these people already. I've heard about these people, like Abramovich, you know,
Mhm.
and her spirit cooking, you know, it's
Mhm.
nothing's good, right? You know,
Yeah.
and how Lady Gaga and half the music industry loves this
Mhm.
lady, right? And
Yeah.
they do these spirit cooking things with her,
Mhm.
some more out in public, and
Mhm.
some of them alone in their own hotel rooms. Where,
Okay.
you know, they go to clean up their room and there's blood everywhere. You
Oh
know?
my!
And
That's not
it
good.
just finds it, you know, it's not funny.
It's
Are
not
you laughing?
funny. I'm not laughing. I was shocked.
It is kind of, it's just bizarre that anybody would even want to think about, you know, we're on this planet for just a short time, right?
Yeah.
And yet, you know, these people want to just give away everything just to have a great whale of a time for a smidge of eternity, right?
Mhm.
Which is crazy. So don't do it, kids.
Yeah.
Don't do it. But, you know, I'm sitting there going, and look at the people that are running our country and stuff like that, right? So, you know, Hillary, HC,
Mhm.
now she was running for president, right?
Mhm.
And she went to, you know, Podesta, right? Was
Mhm.
I need you. Have you been spirit cooking lately? And he's like, yes, I have. I've been with Abramovich. I've got secret powers that nobody else has, right? And Hillary Clinton says, come on aboard, man. You qualify, you pass, you know, what it
Yeah.
takes to lead my campaign to victory, right? You know,
Okay.
so, you know, And then you got Biden, you know, he's going down his checklist. He's like, who should we have singing if we can actually take the election away, you know, and not, you know, and steal it away, right? And who should we have sing? You know, it's like, you know, that's a Christian singer. No, we'll pass on him. Lady Gaga. Oh, have you been with Abramovich? Yes, I have. You know, I've got the art of spirit cooking. Well, you're gonna sing not only, you know, at the opening, but
didn't she do a poem? Wasn't she the one that did the
listen
poem?
to me. If anybody could just look into half the people that sing, right? You'll find. But I'm just talking like some of the real.
Yeah.
Like I'm finding out, like, you know, that little wholesome Aria Grande. You know, she looks just, you know, like, you know, she wouldn't be up to no good, right? Well, man, that chick and the songs and her lyrics and the videos that she does with their lyrics, it's kind of, it's not funny.
No,
it's not funny, but it's funny that, you know, it just goes on blatantly in front of us. So that's all I've got.
Okay, well.
So it's getting wacky out there, people. You can't even make this stuff up. The demonic, you know, presence is pushing harder than any other time I've ever seen it, and God has made me aware of it.
Yes, God has opened your eyes for sure.
More than any other time in my life, you know, like good thing I had a Christian upbringing, right? Because I did my Christian upbringing, right? And then I kind of got to college. I did a wild period, right? Where I still, you know, I didn't want to really hurt anybody, but I wasn't doing good, right? And then, you know, and then I was in my family period where I just want to make money to be able to take care of my family, which I think that's a good period to go through. I have to make.
I was a fan of it.
Yeah, you have to do good because, you know, I am supposed to, and it says in the Bible, the man is supposed to provide for his family first, right? So I did the best I could to give him the best shot in life that I can. And now those days are, I just got to take care of you now. And so I dabble in looking in and studying about God and Jesus and the Bible. But you know, God has made me want to research the Bible, but he also wants me to know what we're up against.
Yeah, okay.
He's pushed me that way.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so
let's get out the furry.
let's get out
the furry friends here real quick.
Furry friends, let's all get to those furry friends.
All right, so this is Riley.
Okay.
Riley, and can you put this up on the screen so I can read it?
You know what?
Riley,
I'm on the wrong internet, so things are a little slow.
Riley is a rat terrier, and she is 9 years old. And Dozer is a great
Dozer,
Pyrenees,
what a good name.
And he is 3 years old.
Oh.
And they both, since the little rat terrier gets up on Mama's lap, so does the Great Pyrenees.
Of course.
Thinks that it needs to get up on Mama's lap.
Whenever you have two dogs, they're always going to fight for your attention.
Yeah.
Usually.
And these are two mismatched. They look like mismatched.
But they're buddies.
Buddies.
Right? Oh, yeah.
But I bet they're really buddies.
Yeah, they are. And the only time that there's any issue is that time where the little dog is on the lap. And the big one jumps up. And I know what the little rat terrier does. The little rat terrier goes, you're like, you know, hey, you're big, you're going to squash me. And I was here first.
Yes.
You know, and then the big dog's like, probably backs away like, whoa, you know, I'm sorry I didn't know you were already up here.
And these were sent in by Nell, and she is a great subscriber to us and to all the Crocker channels.
Now, that gets a bad name. That terrier gets a bad name because a rat terrier. That doesn't look like a rat. That looks like a cool terrier. It should be called Cool Terrier. And Dozer, what a great name for. But Great Pyrenees. You know, that's what the little dog's got to live with for the rest of its life. It's like, I got to deal with the Great Pyrenees, and all I am is a rat terrier. You know, man, I got to suffer through life. Boy, I don't get the respect I deserve.
And Dozer, I believe, was a rescue dog. So, her daughter rescued him. So,
yeah.
is the Great Pyrenees? Is that what I almost brought home the other day?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
It was half Great Pyrenees and half Red Heeler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I almost got a puppy, but I resisted.
No, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You did.
I knew it was not the time.
It's going to be very hairy in it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a big yard.
We don't have a big
So
yard.
I'm thinking
we need a smaller
35
dog.
or less.
Yes, we
pounds.
need a smaller.
But,
puppy.
any dog that you see,
Mm-hmm.
we're like always this close to just
Bring it home.
because we're dogless right
Mhm.
now, and I like a dog, but
I know.
we want it to be fair for the dog. We both work all day long,
We
so
do.
that dog has to be
Especially if it's a puppy.
I think
That's why you want to.
an older dog,
Yes,
like at
you want
least
to
a
rescue-
4-year-old.
You want a rescue dog.
Absolutely,
Mhm.
and then bring that dog home, and it's already used to being like a little bit more like, okay, the parents go away for a while, and then they come home,
Mhm.
and it doesn't just sit at home and
Mhm.
stress
Mhm.
the whole time. So
Okay.
that's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
A rescue dog too.
All right, so
What do we got going on,
Karen
Karen? All right.
has been looking all day to find out if Michael Strahan has been talking about
yeah,
the CC
yeah,
once he came down from the spaceship
yeah, about the weather.
because you said he was going to,
Said,
and she can't find it anywhere
all right. Well,
where he did.
All
So you need to find it, or so that you can show it.
What's my
before
time?
he says Friday. If you don't find it before Friday, you're going to be
because I
wearing
gave him a whole
Christmas
week
pajamas.
to say it. So I have to research,
Mhm.
and if he said it just a smidge, I'm off the
Yeah,
hook.
you're off the hook. Mhm.
Because we know why they sent him up there.
Well, they're sending everybody
Up there.
Mhm.
It's just a big
Yeah.
CC.
Now, somebody else in the
Infomercial.
spaceship
Yeah.
talked about it
Yeah.
and said how the perspective from space
I
and blah,
know.
blah, blah. You can get the overall picture of how fragile the world is and
Man,
everything. But
These people,
I couldn't, Karen couldn't find it from him.
I guarantee you, a trip on your roller coaster is way more exhilarating. You get off those things, you're like, holy cow, I was doing zip rows and curls. All they did was they went up there and then they floated
But
around.
it was only a 10-minute flight.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And then
what's the big deal?
remember those things as a kid? You get in the wall,
Oh, no.
and
I
then
never
the
did
floor
that.
would drop out, and you were
Never,
like spinning
ever.
around,
Mm-mm.
and like kids were throwing up. Now that's an
Mm.
experience there.
I'm a roller coaster person. I'm not a spinning around and around person.
And only like at Kennywood, or,
Mhm.
I used to go to Kennywood, right? And there wasn't this thing called one price and you're in. You had to get all these tickets, and the rich kids got tons of them. They run into the thing and they're just like, they're riding all the more expensive rides like candy, right?
Mhm.
But as poor kids, we had to, well, I wasn't poor, but I mean, you had to, that one's better, but that one's only $2, and you go on there and it just whip you, it'll whip you around and then whip you around or something like that.
Mhm.
And you're like, well, that was all right for $2,
Mhm.
You had to study and be prepared to get through the doors
Mhm.
and spend your tickets wisely to stretch out your whole day. Where the rich kids, they could go on the biggest ride,
Everything.
anything,
Mhm.
yeah, and play the skeet ball
Mhm.
and all that stuff.
All right. So by Friday, you have to figure out
Okay,
if he
boy,
is pushing.
we haven't even
anything.
gotten to the news yet,
No, we haven't.
and we've
but-
already educated the people.
Mhm. We have already educated the
Alright.
people. So you want to get out to the news?
Yeah, let's get out to the news.
Okay. So Biden went and he surveyed the damaged area in Kentucky,
Mhm.
and then he had remarks on extreme weather. So
Oh, wow. Just
anyway, mhm.
shocking.
Yeah, shocking. So,
Alright.
and then next we have DARPA, and is working
Yeah.
to revolutionary tech to turn air into food.
Okay, listen. Whenever you put DARPA and anything together,
I knew you were gonna love that one.
it's not good.
Yeah, but I don't feel like I want to eat air.
No, and again, the people that say, "Oh, I would never," I
Mhm.
only want, and I'm not knocking
Yes,
homesteaders
yes,
at all,
no.
because the homesteaders don't think this way. There's other people that I know that think this way. They're like, "We want non-GMO, natural food," and they run out there and they grow it and they do it and everything like
Yes.
that, and then they'll be the first ones to run and get their their jibby jab. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, that's not natural, mm-hmm. man. I mean, natural immunity is the best, I think, you know. Yeah. But whatever, you know, to each his own.
Yes.
But
and speaking of
DARPA.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of the weather and the crazy weather that we're having, yeah.
Do your own research.
Yeah.
And they are manipulating the weather.
Yes.
They do it. It's a known fact. Mm-hmm. In fact, China's been big on it here lately.
Yeah.
And, you know, they make it rain in their one city like every day and stuff like that. Mm. And they're putting like, it's a magnesium oxide. I don't know. It's not that. But it's something very not like, doesn't sound like if you breathed it in health-wise, it would be very good for you, right? And they sprinkle the atmosphere with these medical particles.
Yeah.
To make it rain, and it works. But we've heard things of other experiments where they had stuff up in was it Alaska? People, comment down below. You know what I'm talking. HARP.
Oh, HARP.
Yeah.
Then I'm getting DARPA mixed up with HARP.
No, DARPA is in charge of stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, DARPA heads up all kinds
of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, it's like a military.
Yes,
branch.
It is.
All right.
So
we want the military making our food for sure.
Speaking of the CV and the jibby jab.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any slides or anything about this, but be prepared. They're already starting to hint at that we need to cancel our Christmas.
And just about the timeline that I said.
Right. And, well, sort of the timeline, because you said it might be after Christmas.
No, I said that they would get everybody back from college, because their college kids will not come back. They will not do it. They're done with it, right? Mm-hmm. So they'll protest. Mm-hmm. So they wanted the college kids to get back home. Mm-hmm. And then certain states.
Yeah, they're telling them to go home as quickly as possible.
Yeah. And then you're not going back, kids. You're not going.
There's already several universities talking about remote learning again, and no social.
I'm not saying all colleges
activities and stuff like that. So they're already hinting at all that stuff.
Not all colleges.
We should, and certain states are already doing the mask mandates again, and the indoor business. You have to wear a mask and all that kind of stuff.
They're trying to ramp up the fear again, even though the latest version is. Not so bad.
All right, so continue with the news.
Let me just talk about the jibby jab just for a second.
Okay.
To make sure that this trouble never sees the day of light, as far as we won't say the M word.
Okay.
I gotta watch my words, but over 100 FIFA, which is like the Federation of soccer around the
football
world. Mm-hmm. They're fully jibby jabbed up, right? Mm-hmm. And over 100 of them have dropped here, and they are no longer with us.
They are no longer with us.
And coaches. Mm-hmm. Between the players and coaches, 100 of them here, just over 100 here recently, are just
no longer with us.
I don't know what could have gone on for the last year. I have no idea. That what has changed. Oh,
yeah. What did they recently have?
Did they have really? But I'm not saying it's the jibby jab. I'm not saying that at all. It's just fluky, freaky stuff going on in the world.
Freaky.
And I'm just kooky.
I'm
just kooky. All right, here we go.
Okay, so.
People are scared of me.
Okay. Yeah, they are. Don't blame them.
All right.
So the House clears the bill to raise the debt limit. So we got that going on. Yeah. So go on to the next. Yeah, go on to the next.
Well, let's just raise it. What the heck?
Well, they have to.
We could just print our way out. And it only hurts the people. I mean, don't worry about the people that have enough money that if things just raise a little bit, they're okay, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about them. It's inflation only crushes the middle class to make us all just subservient little peons.
The Fed has come out today and said they will raise interest rates 3 times next year, next year to try to curb inflation. And that inflation is not going away. They're finally admitting that inflation is not going away.
Actually, that's good, right?
It is good.
It's good. But a lot of people that are just starting off with
Yes.
life.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, that's bad. No,
Yes.
you're dealing with inflation,
Mhm.
and now you can't even have the American dream and get a house and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that unless you build up money for long. I mean, nobody can afford a house even with loans almost now.
Yeah.
The inflation has made the house pricing.
Mhm.
I'm
Right.
telling you.
So
But
go on.
if
Keep
everybody
going.
if
What-
everybody
what's it
loves
already?
if everybody
Mhm.
loves this, then more power to you.
Okay.
Keep voting it in.
Okay. Unvaccinated workers must come clean to employers under the new COVID laws. So they're gonna it require you to tell your employer if you're jibby jabbed or not. So all right, go on to the next thing. Okay, and then we have Dr. Oz. He's ending his show next month, and he's going to run for Senate.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Did you hear that? Go to the next slide.
Does he know Abramovich?
I don't know. I don't know. Dr. Oz says that Fauci should be held accountable. Suggests he
Okay.
resign after misleading Americans on COVID CV. So
Okay.
I don't know
Listen
if
to me.
he doesn't think he was tough enough, or if he, I
Oh
don't
my
know
gosh, if
the particulars.
If you only knew the things I've been finding out that happened back in 2017
Yeah, I know.
with this guy Fauci,
Hmm.
and it's planned.
Yes.
It's
Uh-huh.
planned, people.
Okay, go to the
Good
next.
gosh,
We gotta get
wake
this.
up, do your own research. It's planned.
You rambles way too much. Okay,
Holy
So-
cow, yeah, it's
the storm in the
Yep.
middle of the United States
Yep,
going
yep,
on
yep,
today is what we're talking about. So strong winds in the Midwest whip up dust, blow over semi-trailers. You can go to the next slide for a minute.
All right.
So then just dust in the air
Yep,
and
yep,
everything.
yep.
There was 100-mile winds
Yep.
in Denver,
Yeah.
and there was one 200-mile-an-hour wind gust in the Mountain Pass.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
Because it was
was.
funneled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go on to the
That's
next
probably
slide.
where the weatherman was standing. They love to
Go.
find a, where
Go,
it just
go.
gets funneled by the buildings
Mhm.
to make it look good.
Okay. All
I know
and
their tricks.
That's another one. It's
All right,
just
yep,
whipping
yep,
up. Go
yep,
to the
yep,
next one. There's one more. That's it.
All right.
Okay. And
Here,
so
let's go.
there we
yeah.
have that there is an extreme fire danger here, and there's
Yeah,
a big fire up by Guymon,
Guymon,
and,
Oklahoma.
A couple of them in the Panhandle and in the northern part of Oklahoma and stuff and around. And then there's so we're on like the windy side,
Okay.
and then up in Nebraska there is a tornado on the ground, and it's the first time they've ever had a tornado
In
in
December. Yep.
And then on the backside of the storm, there is a blizzard going on.
It's a
north.
well-lived
So,
one.
it's a big
been-
system that's coming through. And
The pattern
causing
has
all
been
this.
really wacky because, like I said last year,
Yeah.
record cold.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
and now, and
And then highs.
oh my
today.
goodness, yeah,
77
it's been
degrees.
beautiful. Hey,
Yeah.
I love it.
Mhm.
You know, it was windy.
Mhm.
Usually, if it's windy and like 40, you're freezing to death,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So it's better to be windy and 70
Mhm.
and just be like, ooh, it's just windy, right?
Yeah. So go to the next slide.
All right.
Okay. Then we have Pelosi rejects stock trading ban for members of Congress.
Oh,
We
cool.
are a free market economy. They
Yeah.
should be able to participate in that. So go to the next slide. So she is opposing what Senator Elizabeth Warren and OAC is trying to come out, because they're calling for the fact that Congress shouldn't be doing stock trades because of the information that they know.
No,
So,
well,
but Pelosi, yeah,
because
we all know
you
what this
can,
is.
what, and Pelosi, boy,
Mhm.
the inside info that she can
Yeah.
get a hold
Mhm.
of, and it's proven fact that her and her husband have made dough
yeah,
over her 100 years in
office.
Listen,
Mhm.
that's enough. This is the problem.
Yeah.
But the bigger problem is,
That they don't have term limits.
yes, and they just sit in there and they can just keep cranking out and getting
Kickback.
kickbacks. They know how to do it. They get better and better and more power and more power.
Yeah. Okay. So again, we're back because I
Okay.
can't ever put anything in order. But this is how the wind stacked
Mhm.
up and everything, and the blizzard, and anyway. So
And it messed up Pelosi's hair.
It did. So
That's
go
why
on.
you
Yeah, go on to the next one. Okay, again, another one, because,
yeah. Okay, so it looks like
LG said she gets her weather
Yeah,
from
yeah.
us, so I thought I should key on
we
that.
gotta act like experts.
Mhm.
Act
So,
like-
anyway, so
well, you are. We are. We live in
I'm
a
interested.
very weather
in-
aware state.
We do.
And
Mhm.
I was telling Country Road Cure and Simple Life Reclaim that too. I'm like, they're like, oh, we're in the mountains. Nobody here worries about it. I'm like, well, you know, just like there's a one-off storm like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
That tornadoes have hit everywhere in
Mhm.
and around the area that they're living in. So
Mhm.
just because, listen, just take it serious. If there's a warning coming at you,
Yeah.
take it
Take it
serious.
serious. All right, go on. Okay, and then we're
That's
back.
it.
Okay,
All right.
so that's it. That's all we got.
Yeah. So
You get
yeah,
a lot on weather today.
be weather aware.
Mm-hmm.
If you're new to this part of the country,
Mm-hmm.
which a lot of people from, I guess, California are flooding into Texas and all that
Mhm.
stuff. Like, all you people, take it serious, man.
Yeah.
Because and you'll know you'll get used to it if it's coming your way, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's not tornadic and it's coming and you go, oh, they always kind of move this way, right? Usually,
Mhm.
right? You know, from
Yeah.
southwest to northeast, right?
Mhm.
They usually go like that. So if they're already concerned about a storm down that way, and you're like, it's getting to where it's heading towards us,
Mhm.
right? And they're like, conditions are
At least
high.
have a plan.
Have a plan. Get ready to go. Get to a shelter or
Yeah.
near a shelter or
Mhm.
something like that, where you can get.
You ready to get out of here?
Let's get out of here.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, God has told me, but God bless America. I wanted to God bless everybody, right?
Yes.
And He's told me, more in the Bible, it says you got to point out these crazy people, right?
Okay.
It is your duty in the Bible. You do too. It
Okay.
says in the Bible that you got to call it out.
Okay.
And you got to tell them,
Okay.
listen, these people aren't good over here.
Okay.
You got to. Do you understand?
I do understand that.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So until next time, remember, do your own research and be prepared.